anybody else's hands, this is a microphone. In my hands, it's a pipe
Too much can be done on this mic that I ain't doing ready.
Pipe bomb. Pipe bomb. Pipe bomb. In anybody else's hands, this is a microphone. In my hands, it's a pipe bomb.
I represent the underdogs.
Pipe bomb. Pipe bomb. Pipe bomb.
Hey guys, third round, and I am currently watching LSU play Georgia in the SEC championship game, and you know what? Fuck LSU and fuck the BCS. If you are a fan of sports, you want LSU to get their asses beat. Sorry. So, this looks like a mirror match. My creature is bigger than your creature. I like to use gut shot early. I'd rather not start getting beat down by a 3/2 creature, although knowing the cards that are going to be coming up in his hand could be rather useful. Oh, Ponder. He could use his Ponder. Oh, crap, my phone. Yeah, no, I just dropped my phone again. I'm surprised this thing's still working. Hey. You know, so, okay, Vault Scourge. Interesting. Is he blue-blackish? I really don't know what he is. I do know what I'm going to do, though. Well, first I'm going to attack, because he won't block. I doubt he'll block. I don't know about you guys, but a 2/2 for 1 mana? That's great. Now I'm just going to bring it back to his hand, because every time he casts it, he loses 2 life. So, Gnaw to the Bone, by the way, would just destroy this Delver Illusions deck, but whatever. Cincinnati. Oh, Cincinnati's going to win the Big East? Okay, that's good, that's good. Oh, damn, 35-27, that was one hell of a game. Oh, so we played an Invisible Stalker. That's interesting. Not really. Not as interesting as Lindsay Lohan. I will admit that much. But, okay, so nothing's getting done. I will ponder. No, I will not ponder. Now I'll ponder. Oh, wow. Great stuff coming up. Gut shot and 2 islands. I like shuffling my deck. Ooh. Sexy. So, okay, that's kind of good. I'm gonna... My thought process here is... Oh no, he Vapor Snagged my creature. What's good about the bear is that if he Vapor Snags, I don't lose the life. And I'm guessing he wants to put me on that 20-turn clock with his Invisible Stalker. My idea, my thought process here, though, is use the Phantasmal... Use the copying thing on his Invisible Stalker, and it gives it automatic hexproof, which is kind of cool. It puts him on a 20-turn clock. See, now we would both be on 20-turn clocks, except mine would be a little slower. So let me get myself my own little Invisible Stalker. Yeah. So now there's nothing he could do about it, and there's nothing that I can do about much of things. Regardless. I have 2 Snappies in my hand. Snappy, the Snapcasting Mage. I'm still not quite sure what kind of deck he's playing. I'm guessing that it's, you know, a mono... Well, I don't know if it's two color... Okay, so it looks like an Innistrad constructed deck, you know, with a few standard cards added in. It's mono blue, get creatures out, equip them. It's like a mono blue version of, what the fuck was that card? The 2 white mana, bring a card back to your, every time you cast an equipment, draw a card. That shit. This looks like one of those decks. Now let me just pop that card back to your hand. Nah, I don't want to use the Gut Shot or the Ponder. I want to use Vapor Snag on his... I hate that it makes you, like, double, like, click it, and then you have to tap them. You know, just make it easier. So I just sent it back to his hand again. So, essentially, for dealing 1 point of damage and gaining 1 life, he's lost... He's cast it twice. That's 2, 4, and he's lost 2 life with a Vapor Snag. So, for gaining a life and losing a life, he's taken 6 points of damage. That's pretty badass. I'm letting him kill himself, basically. Oh, yeah, he countered... Oh, Ether Adept. It's an Adept Ether. Wait. I don't know what that means. Granted, I don't know why they have that that AE looking symbol thingy. That annoys and angers me in many ways. So he's basically just playing a Pauper deck. I mean, not... I guess Pauper. Saying Pauper sounds so gay. Common deck. You know, he's got what looks like... He just, like, kind of threw this together. I don't know. I don't know if his deck can work, to be honest. But then again, some decks have creatures where, you know, you're so scared if you lose them that, you know, you kind of... You build your entire deck around, basically... you know, you build your entire deck practically around this one kind of, you know, creature, and if it dies, you know, you have to go to plan B. His plan, rather, is to kind of just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. Okay, that's actually... yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so I got a Mana Leak, Gitaxian Probe, and Moorland Haunt. That's good. I'll basically be able to get all 3 of these cards by the end of the turn, in the next turn, but I'll keep my mana open for Mana Leak. And soon I will start pooping out little 1/1 creatures. Okay, you played that. Fantastic. Good for you. Now it's a 4/1. Which, I mean, okay. But I think he needs, like, you know, to make it, like, blue-white and add in, like, a Geist of Trampstamp. Make it blue-green with, like, a Dungrove Elder. That's the next standard. I'm actually currently working on a blue-green hexproof Dungrove Elder deck. Oh, I wonder what's in his hand. He has 1 card in it. Let's take a look. Uh-huh, so it's a Vault Scourge. Interesting. So, I essentially have 2 pretty useless cards in hand. And I go in for 6, hoping that he kind of blocks so I can get rid of his 2/2. And make a 1/1 out of it. You know, it's being efficient. Or proficient. I think it's both. Not sure. Come on, play the Vault Scourge. Play it. Play the Vault Scourge. 1, 2, 3. Butcher's Cleaver. I'm not letting that hit the board. Damn it. Now I can't make a little 1/1 fly. Oh, he played Vault Scourge. And he lost 2 life playing it. So now I'll counter it. Oh, this is a fun game. He lolled. I lolled. We both lolled. In unison. I think I won. Yep. Interesting stuff coming up, none of which of use. What do I sideboard in for a deck like this? Oh yeah, I put in Artifact Destruction because I thought I'd run into Tempered Steel. Turns out I don't run into Tempered Steel. So what do I take out? Yeah, I guess yeah, I don't want to... You know, his deck is... I'd be a little more comfortable with the Dismembers if he had like if more infect and less um you know, and I don't feel like taking the 4 points of damage. And I'll take out a Gitaxian probe because I can. That's my right as an American. In theory, I can keep this hand, but I won't. I've tried that before. I started off with a hand, 3 Gitaxian probes, didn't draw a single mana. Okay, this is pretty good. I can have a turn. I don't know. Stuff's gonna happen. Okay, Silver Inlaid Dagger, and it's foiled. So yeah, I like this guy though. He came into this draft, into this tournament, you know, with a deck that, oh, interesting, psychic barrier and mana leak, and I forgot the last one, but it might have been Island. When I look at people's hands, I tend to forget the cards rather quickly. Interesting. Moorland Haunt. Well, now I can kind of play creatures and not worry about them getting countered because, well, if I ever get a white mana source, I can actually make little 1/1s. They'd be so adorable. 1/1s are so cute when they're small, and so annoying when they become a lot bigger. Think twice. In a set like this, in standard today, when you have a card like Visions, from Visions of Beyond, I don't know, maybe I'm the only person that sees Visions of Beyond instead of Think Twice, because I think of it as like a early game card and a late game card, because late game there's that chance that you'll run into late game there's the chance that you'll run into you know, you'll have 20 cards in your graveyard, you know, lots of counter spells and stuff like that. Early game, it's an instant, unlike, you know, something like Ponder. Now while all his mana's tapped, let me get rid of all the psychic barriers. Although getting rid of Ponder also wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world, but oh, he had 4 in the deck, so it's good that I get rid of it. Because, you know, I kind of need creatures to win, and if he starts countering said creatures, it kind of makes winning a little harder. What does he have in hand? Butcher's Cleaver and 2 mana leaks. In theory, I can now use, but what's so great about the card I just played that I keep forgetting the name of is that I can now use it again and pretty much exile 8 cards from his deck, which is always cool. I could also deal him 2 points of damage by gut-shotting him and dealing 1 point of damage to myself in the process. What do I want? Yeah, let's just keep putting out those islands. When I first started, you know, I played a few test matches before the event because I made this deck like 30 minutes before it started, 20 minutes-ish. Wow, I really should have got rid of Ponder. He just keeps top decking them and I guess drawing them. But I playtested this deck a little bit and I completely forgot that Gitaxian Probe is a sorcery, not an instant. And I used it thinking that, and I sat there for like 2 minutes trying to cast it with Snapcaster, and well, as you can see, it did not work. Oh, beautiful card. Exactly what I needed to come out. Do you know why? Because he'll counter it. And as soon as he counters it, he didn't counter it? Huh. He has 2 mana leaks in his hand. I'm not stupid. Okay. So, Vapor Snag. Cool. Not quite sure. Uh-oh. Mana. Why would he do that? That's an odd move. That's a really... No, 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 don't do that now. No. Oh, wait, yeah. Even if he counters it, don't I still get to use its effect or something? No? Fuck. I really made a misplay there. Story of my life is making misplays. Um, Somehow he's winning, though. What is it, 16 to 20? Yeah, this is like a matchup where like the people who created Magic are just crying if they ever come across something like this. Watch, he gut shots it. Oh yeah, cause you know. See now, if that they should have made that guy a human illusion thing. Like they needed some synergy between M12, Scars and Mirrodin block, and the Innistrad block, and so far I'm seeing none of it. I mean, this is really getting on my nerves, to be honest. Let's have a real good time. Come on, be an instant sorcerer. Yes! And I'll show it to him. Nothing better than showing your opponent that you have a mana leak. Well, thank God that, you know, Delver wasn't in M12. Oh, I can't allow that to happen. No, Delver! My flying 3/2 insect beast monster. I like this guy, though. I'll give him a lot of credit for coming into this tournament. He had won a match, so he was 1-1. You know, and he's playing me, which is hard enough as is. I mean, I'm the greatest of all time, obviously. What are you doing? What are you doing? Tapping lots of mana? You know, there's, I actually like, doing little things like that, like tapping mana. Um, you know, I like tapping mana to, kind of bluff the opponent. You know, it makes your opponent think, well, what does he possibly have in his hand? Now we're having a quick little conversation about him not having any creatures, and I tell him that he's still beating me, though, on life totals and whatnot. Why didn't I attack with the Delver? That was a mistake. I make a lot of those. Maybe I was afraid he had a, I don't know, what kills attacking creatures? I don't know. You know, in his deck, he can, in theory, play a Stoic Rebuttal over a Mana Leak. I mean, he could play, instead of, like, Psychic Barrier or something. I mean, like, his deck is interesting. Something I'd like to try and do. Maybe make it blue-white, you know, with the white just for the Moorland Haunt. You know, and then just get a whole bunch of shit creatures and, you know, shove them together and see what happens. Um, you know, I mean, like, Delver, I think, hasn't reached its full potential yet. No, it's not the new Cawblade. The Caw in Cawblade. I also remember people. I also remember people saying that Mindshrieker would be the new bird card in Cawblade, but I also heard that Sundial the Infinite would be one of the greatest cards ever made. I guess all of us were wrong on that one. Oh, that card is insane. That card can disable so many decks. Nihil Spellbomb on its own beats Solar Flare. I mean, if you have a Nihil Spellbomb and he puts his creatures in the graveyard, there's almost no way of him getting rid of that Spellbomb. Boom. He's all his creatures. You know, and some of those decks only play like 2 or 3. I mean, yeah, I'll show him have another Delver. That's great. My dream is that they both flip simultaneously. What's odd, though, is that you have to show the cards in your hand and then flip them. I mean, you have to, when you have a 2 Delver of Secrets, you have to show the top card twice, which is kind of odd. I'm not really sure why they make you do that. Like, that must be really awkward when you're playing uh, on paper. Like, you show the guy the top card, put it back on top of your deck, and then show the guy the same card again. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Oh, that's why he used. Oh, wait, I should. Did I drop that white? Yes. Yes. Flip my Delvers. Flip. Ha 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 ha. Oh, and I have I have Artifact Destruction. Woohoo! And he saw my gut shot twice. Yes, he's told me good game. He had very good manners, so I even answered back. You know? And it's nice to play one of these decks after you play, um, you know, Wolf, Run, Faggot, Ramp. Uh, so I attack for a bunch, and then I gut shot, you know, shot from the gut. It's a weird picture. Gotta look at that closer. Let's double gut shot him. Boom. Okay, yeah, so maybe I just did 4 damage to do 2.